Hello, this is Larry Stoll from Pace Turf, and this is Larry's Likes May 21st, 2020 edition. I got three short posts from Twitter that would be fun to look at. The first will be from Kevin Morris looking at Kentucky Bluegrass data from the NTEP trials that Kevin manages. And what's nice about those trials, if you click on the link, you'll see all the different factors that were addressed in looking at Kentucky Bluegrass cultivars. And this is the trials that started in 2017. This is the 2019 data. And I was interested in diseases, so we took a look at Summer Patch, and you'll get a list of data that talks about all of the varieties. Some of these varieties will be named and are on the market right now, like this Basarati. If you check up on that variety, you'll find out that it's a Barenberg, it's a Barenberg variety. And you can also sort of get a rough idea of how these varieties compare to one another for tolerance to Summer Patch. If you look down at the very bottom of the table, there'll be a value called LSD. That's least significant difference. I'm just going to look at this last one just for the total mean of all of the testing that different sites that they were tested at in Arkansas, North Carolina, New Jersey, and Oklahoma. So if the values are separated by a value of 0.9, that means they're likely significantly different. So what I like to do with these to get a quick look at varieties just to see what's going on is you take the best variety. They're sorted in order from optimum performance. They had 9 being no disease at the top here, and you subtract 0.9 from this value, and that gives you a value of 8.1. All of the varieties between those two rating values, between 8.1 and 9, are not statistically significantly different. This is only one factor. We're just looking at Summer Patch right now, but this gives you an idea of all of the top performers in these 4 locations. And there may be variance from location to location, so you need to look at the regions that are closest to you. But I like looking at that top cut just to give a rough idea of the ones that are top performers that seem to do best across all locations. There's lots of other ways you can look at the data, but take a look at some of this NTEP data, and there's a lot of different varieties of turf grasses, lots of different rating systems and rating methods that will provide some insight to what varieties might perform best for you. And it also gives you an idea of how things were developed. And you can see this bar PP110358. That was the variety name when it was under development in previous testing. And you can see how some of these varieties have gone from experimental varieties into production varieties. Anyway, NTEP trials are great. If you haven't looked at them, I'd encourage you to take a look. There's a lot of information there to get some ideas what's going on. The next thing I'd like to talk about is an upcoming webinar tomorrow, which will be the 22nd, with Micah Woods, who is going to be talking about MLSN again. That's his main, one of his main ideas that has really gotten out there pretty far. We helped work with Micah on these things. He's a very interesting speaker, and hope that you will be able to join in. That's 10 a.m. New York time. You can register at this site and join in on the webinar. And the last thing I wanted to just take a quick look at was a post by Kieran Galvin, and he's from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and he's assistant superintendent down there that is observing something pretty interesting. I think it's pretty interesting anyway. It's slime molds on his paspalum. This is the developing stage of the slime mold, so that it'll make individual cells will finally come together, and they'll make a plasmodium that will move up to the tops of the leaf, and they'll make a fruiting body that produces spores. They're really fascinating. This is an early stage of that fruiting body being developed. This is a little bit further along in the development. They're just quite beautiful, really, and except they don't look so good on the turf in this case. But you can see the different stages of development of these slime mold colonies all throughout his paspalum. And that's it for this week. That's 3 quickies. Kentucky Bluegrass trials, MLSN seminar with Micah Woods tomorrow, and slime molds. If you have any other ideas and you want to get a hold of me, you can contact me at pace@paceturf.org. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.